Hey, what's happening, family? 40 minutes after the hour. Good Sunday to you. Breaking news, special edition. This is the Open Mic Talk Show. Sister from another mister, the incomparable Kara Black. Also, the inventor, the founder, the brother who put this all in motion, Mr. Darnell Swift.
Hey.
All right. And I'm Carl L. King II. Joe Biden is out.
Wow. Crazy.
Yeah, man. I mean, I was just telling Kara as we got ready, I wouldn't say that I was numb. I'm not sure what I actually feel right now. I mean, as I'm sitting here watching Fox News, as I was saying a second ago, they're showing all the kind of missteps of Joe Biden, you know, and when you compile it all together, it really, really, really looks bad. And I think that the average person, I mean, we're not the average person. I mean, we're superheroes, of course, but what I mean is that, you know, we're attuned, you know, politically. We're political junkies. We're mediaites. So we're in tune. But I think the average person, when they sees him kind of wandering off or staring into space, I think that paints an image of, hey, this dude's not ready to do this.
Okay. In fairness, the same could be easily said of Donald Trump. Why is it not being said? That's the question.
You know, Carl, we have spoken about this. I honestly don't know the answer. I mean, you have little pockets of places that do that for the most part, but in the general sense, they basically just let him get away with his bullshit.
Yeah.
Sis, what's your perspective about this? This is, wow, quite a day. Monumental. I don't think there's ever been a time in the history of the country that we've had so much political chaos happening at one time.
It is mind-blowing, but I think it's for the best for the Democratic Party. And his endorsement of Kamala Harris is precedented. You know, she could be the first black female president. And just think about it. If she chooses another woman to be her running mate, that would be mind-blowing.
I think she should.
You think she should? There was some question if Joe Biden resigned, would she be the person who would step in? And a lot of people brought up the fact that this country wasn't ready for a woman president when Hillary Clinton ran. Will we run into those same obstacles again?
I mean, it's possible because, I mean, everything is possible at this point.
Right. Absolutely.
You know, sexism still exists, but I think that she is a strong leader. She's very capable of the job, and I don't see any way that you could say that she's not qualified for the position.
No doubt. I think we're going to see. I think this is going to bubble up a whole lot of things, like Kara said: sexism, misogyny, racism. We're going to get an opportunity to see where this country's really at. You know, as I was saying before, I think that the election of Barack Obama created Donald Trump. You know, once Barack Obama got into the office, Trump started his sounding board through social media, calling him illegitimate. He was doing everything but calling him a nigger, you know, and he probably did in private. You know what I'm saying? America's got to make a decision. We're not ever going to be a minority white country again. And there's a segment of this population that needs to come to grip with the fact that we're going to be either at war with each other or we're going to be a multicultural, multiracial America, and everybody gets to participate in it on an equal level. Because this isn't going to go away. You elect Trump, we're going to have 4 more years of his bull crap. But the demographics of this country is not going to change.
Well, some people have talked about Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and she should have stepped down while Barack Obama was president. Personally, I blame Barack Obama for all this. What's your perspective, ladies and gentlemen? Because I'm telling you, Barack Obama, when he was elected, at that particular time, had the strongest political mandate in the history of this country. What did he do? Try to reach across the aisle, try to kumbaya, and they slammed his fingers in the car door. I believe it's his fault. If he would have implemented the political mandate that he was voted in for, that he was granted, I don't think we'd be here.
I don't know about that.
I think that on his first election, when he had the House and the Senate, that he should have probably been a little bit more progressive when I look at it in retrospect.
The first term?
Not since the first term, because he only had the House and the Senate until the midterms. Remember he got shellacked is the term that he used in the midterm election. And again, this political will, WHEEL, not will. I sound like I said will, but this political wheel sounds like you have to have the Congress. You have to get legislation through the Congress. And the pushback. Like I said, I think it created Donald Trump with his racial not whistle, his bullhorn. I just think it created a sentiment in the country that became so anti-Obama and anti-black that I don't know that he had the real mandate after that first couple of years. I mean, he got reelected, but it was just echoes all through government of how horrible he was, that we're not going for this. And it just created this atmosphere that ultimately brought Donald Trump, ultimately brought us to this place where we are right now. We're going to find out a lot more about the country in this election.
Kara,
I mean,
sis, I want to ask you, should Biden have even run for office this go round?
Well, I think he should have. He was doing much better earlier in the year, but time takes a toll on everyone, especially a man of his age. He thought he could do it.
Well, 48 minutes after the hour, the strength, knowledge, and power, the insight. Breaking news, the Open Mic Talk Show. Kara Black, Darnell Swift. I'm Carl L. King II, and we're bringing you breaking news. Joe Biden has called it quits. He will not be seeking the candidacy for the office of the president. He's going to remain in office and finish his term. He's endorsed Kamala Harris. Are you proud of me, sis? Did I do good today? Did I do good?
You did
Thank
very
you.
well.
Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
And I think Donald Trump deliberately calls her Kamala. I think he does that deliberately, and they do. Kamala is the Ugandan warrior who was a wrestler.
He was. Have you guys heard of his latest nickname that he pinned her with?
What was it? Laughing
Kamala. Boy, you're real. I'll tell you, Laughing Kamala. Wow, she's full of joy, and you stick that to her like that's some kind of bad thing. Laughing
You just don't want
Kamala.
to get canceled.
Yeah, I know, right?
Guys, looking at this holistically, it's a big picture. Again, I think this is more about us than the candidates. Look,
How so?
Well, I mean, Donald Trump is a convicted felon. He's a fraud. He's a liar. He's a rapist. He is ignorant as shit. I mean, Carl, you brought up a good point a few minutes ago, right? I mean, why have we not focused on all of the crazy stuff that he said. I mean, it's incoherent. It's babbling. It doesn't make any sense, you know? And again, I think it goes back to what you and I have discussed ad nauseum. There is a racial component to all of this. What else could it be? I mean, he's a baboon, a fool.
Well, I believe you're correct. So the Dems, sis, since he said he won't run, what he did was endorse Kamala Harris. Do you think that the Democratic Party will unite behind her and try to finish this thing off?
I think the majority will, but you're going to have a few dissenters who believe that maybe themselves would be a better choice, or someone
Said
else.
themselves. Huh? I vote for myself. I swear I should run.
I think I could do it.
That's right. I'm going to do it for myself. It's my time. You know, I've been waiting in the
Right.
background, and it's my time to shine.
It's my time to shine.
I mean, it's a lot of people out there that would be obviously good running mates, but her being the head of the ticket, there's some people that would have voted for Joe Biden that won't vote for her simply because she's a woman and a black woman on top of that.
That's true. But I'm just watching right now, you know, the news circuit, and they are coming out and they're endorsing her. You know, Hillary Clinton has come out and endorsed her.
Saw that.
Clyburn just endorsed her. So, you know, it seems to be that they are falling in line at the moment.
I don't think there's any other choice at this point. I mean, like, you know, we're literally.
The reason why I asked, guys, because there had been some talk about if Joe Biden renounced his candidacy, there was going to be an open convention, and supposedly Pelosi and all of the elite Democrats were in favor of that.
Right, but that was before he stepped down. You know, they were trying to push him out.
Yeah. If you want to throw this election to the Republicans, try to put somebody else up other than Kamala Harris.
There you go, sis.
The
Get him,
backbone-
get him, sis. Get
Yeah,
him.
almost did the Kamala, but because the backbone of this party, as we all know, are black women.
Right.
You want to turn off black women, you just go ahead and do it. And you pretty much hand this to the autocrat, the dictator, the damn fool. Kamala Harris is the only logical choice. But I did hear this debate, and I want to throw this at you guys for just a second. Someone said if you put a white man behind her, it kind of looks like, hey, we need the white man behind her because she's not strong enough on her own. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I would like to honestly believe. I would really like to see an all-female ticket.
I would too. That would be.
I would like for Gretchen Whitmer of Michigan
Okay.
to be the
Okay. Okay, sis.
Yep.
Who'd you like to see?
Exactly, Gretchen Whitmer.
Huh. Okay.
She's from the Midwest. She's tough,
Now,
physically attractive.
now, what is?
What does that
Lord.
got to do with anything?
What is?
Because, I'll
Man.
tell you that. You know.
The views expressed on the Open Mic Talk Show are of the host and the hosts alone. These views are not expressed by Kaleidoscope Radio Network or any of its entities. I hear
I
you.
actually believe it plays a role. Because
No,
think
it
about
does.
it, guys. No,
does.
think about it. What has gotten Joe Biden kicked out of here is not his record. It's not really his competence. It's been the optics. It's been what he has looked like when he has been on camera. He looks dazed and confused. He looks a little bit out of it. It's primarily been optics. I mean, if we just literally looked at the accomplishments and what he's done, remember what it was like 4 years ago in July.
No
We were
question.
scared to death.
One of the
You know,
most accomplished presidents in the history of this country. Not a question.
Absolutely. But he
Not a
looks
question.
bad on TV.
But Trump does too. That's the thing. That's the thing. Trump does too and looks worse. Trump literally lies nonstop, babbling, rambling, incoherent gibberish. the late great Hannibal Lecter and sharks and batteries and will it kill the sharks? And I mean, this is just this guy is absolutely a psychopath. He is nuts. What is it? Okay, let me ask you this before we move on, because this is the question that I've been wanting to ask you guys for quite some time. The media, as of late, seems to have taken the Trump Kool-Aid. They've seemed to have drank quite a bit. Mm-hmm. Now, this is one of the entities that he wants to completely alleviate. What is it that makes them do this? I don't understand it. I truly don't understand this. I don't understand why they won't give fair coverage to somebody that's going to basically cut their feet out from under them. They will not be operating in the way that they're used to. If Donald Trump gets in office, this is going to be some a Putin type stuff where state-controlled media, it'll have to be approved before it's released, and I believe that it's not going to be this free-for-all again like it was. He's going to shut down all of the societal norms that we've been used to since the inception of this country.
Because they don't think it will happen to them. They don't think it will happen to them. It's that simple.
And that's why that's important that we elect Kamala Harris as president of the United States, so that it doesn't happen.
Absolutely. I mean, if you just think about there are two justices that if Donald Trump gets elected are going to resign. Clarence Thomas and Alito, they're mid-70s. They're going to resign, right? And they're getting too old to serve, and not only that, they're criminals. If for no other reason, we need to elect Kamala Harris. This is crucial. This is really an election. You always hear, hey, this is the most important election of our lifetimes. This is really it.
This is it.
Well, going forward, what is the game plan? What do we do going forward? How do we stop this man from occupying the White House going forward? Is this the shot in the arm that the Democrats, that the country needed?
I think it is. I mean, because if you look at him and his running mate, he chose this guy who's only 39 years old and has these wild ideologies about marriage, about women's bodies. It's just crazy. And he's going to get his hat handed to him by Kamala Harris. That was about to happen if they were debating each other anyway.
Well, he got chicken. He backed out. He said he didn't want that smoke. She was getting ready to hammer him.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately, guys, this changes the age narrative in our favor. Now you have a babbling convict who's almost 80 versus a vibrant, attractive prosecutor, articulate. I think she's going to win. The more I think about this, I think, like Kara has said, the extreme position, number one, about a woman's body. No one has the right to tell Kara, my daughter, my sisters, my cousins, or anything what they can and cannot do with their bodies.
Especially a bunch of old white men.
White men.
That part.
I mean, it's insane. I think what we need to do now is rally up, get behind whoever the ticket's going to be with Kamala, give any dime that we have, give any physical support that we can do, encourage those who don't participate to participate, and let's see, what happens.
Well,
Democrats. No.
I mean, sis, I don't think participation has been our issue. We had overwhelming participation in the last election. How does that convey getting things done in the government? How?
Well,
Joe Biden had 7 more million votes. He had the most votes in the history of the office. But how are we here then?
That's a good question.
That is a good question, Carl. And I don't know the answer, but I think it's a conglomerate of reasons. And we touch on social media. Look, guys, there is 30 to 35% of this country that is not reachable. They're not reachable. They put Band-Aids on the side of their ear because this idiot, they're not reachable. And I think what we really have to do, the same of us, okay? We just really have to forget about trying to have any type of debate with those folks and just try to coalesce those people, those never Trumper Republicans, those independents, and of course Democrats. We just have to forget about them because they're not reachable and try to move this country in the right direction. That's the only way I see it happening.
Sis, there's a certain part of the electorate, Kara, that, some of the things that Darnell's alluding to. I've had some conversations with some folks, and they cannot process information, or they're just willfully ignorant. They have one perspective. You show them that their perspective is not only wrong, it's factually inaccurate. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. But what good does that do? When you try to have, a logical perspective in dealing with illogical people, it'll never square.
How do you debate? I'm sorry, Kara, go ahead.
I would just say you can't reach those people. They've already made up their minds, and there's no way. You have to reach those who are indecisive and have not made a choice, a decision. And those you can reach and convince them of a better choice or a different choice, and it's possible to make a change. We also are up against that. In some states, they may not even allow Kamala Harris to be on the ticket. So that's another possibility.
What do you? So you think some of the conservative folks or whatever are going to do their due and try to just keep her off the ticket, like kind of a reverse deal, if you will?
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting. That's really interesting. What would be the grounds, sis? What would be the grounds for them to do that? I'm sure they'll find something. I'm just curious
what you thought. Some type of reason. It's late in the election and they've already
right.
There's already an issue in Ohio. I'm not 100% sure what the debate is, but they were already talking about possibly not that Joe Biden would not be on the ballot in Ohio.
Yeah.
And so. Look, guys, it's political warfare. It is basically, we're down to the nitty gritty. And we need to be as unified as these crazy MAGA people are. And it's just time to go toe to toe. Metaphorically with them, we're kind of in a political war with them. It's that simple.
Well, and again, if you're in a war, don't go to the battlefield with a pencil and they've got Uzis and bazookas dropping bombs on us. Cut it out, ladies and gentlemen. Cut it out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been... Darnell, what is the name of our new little open mic bite? What have you blessed it with, sir? What did you call it?
The open mic drop, baby.
The open mic drop. Okay. So we just dropped it. Is that what we just did?
We just dropped it.
All right, y'all.
Like it's hot.
Like it's hot. Huh? Like that there. Hot as fish grease. That's how we do it. That's right. That's right. Hot as fish grease. So before we go, sis, please tell me about your show last night. How did it go? And again, ladies and gentlemen, this has been my sister. We've been on the radio together for decades, and I've been trying to find my way to be in the band, to play tambourine, triangle, xylophone, something. She won't give me a shot, and I'm starting to feel some kind of way about it, to be perfectly honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. Starting to feel some kind of way about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, he keeps missing the auditions and
Hey, Paul, all that money that your parents spent on those kazoo lessons didn't play off, boy.
Man, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this Breaking News Sunday. Joe Biden is out. He will not be running for the office of the presidency in 2024. Kamala Harris is in, And it's
Kamala.
like that, and that's the way it is. Oh, forgive me again, ladies and gentlemen, the AKAs. I'm sorry. I don't want it. I made a mistake. You have been listening to the strength, knowledge, the power, the insight of the biggest, baddest name in talk for my sister, our sister from another mister. She's the one, the superstar, the incomparable Kara Black.
Yay.
And the founder, the inventor, the man with the plan. He is the green-eyed one. They call him Darnell Swift. That's right. I'm Carl L. King II. Thank you for joining us on this Breaking News Sunday. Keep it locked in for more great music. This has been the Open Mic Talk Show.